Hey everyone, welcome back. Stacker here. In today's numismatic news and information for the 26th day of June 2023, I'd like to welcome you over to JM Bullion so we can look at those live spot prices, the availability for the 23 American Silver Eagles, as well as the premium for those stud Eagles. Now, before all that, huge shout out and a big thank you to all of our channel members. Really appreciate all y'all's support. It really helps. Now, over here to JM Bullion, let's look at these spot prices. Gold's up $7.28 to 19.44.28. Silver's up 35 cents to 23.01. Platinum up 17.08 to 9.52.13. And palladium up 26.50 to 13.59 even. Steven, you're looking at an in-stock American Silver Eagle. The credit card PayPal payment for 1 through 19 quantity is going to be $41.57. Less the ask of 23.01. You're looking at $18.56 premium. Yikes, right? And will that get any better? Well, not if the United States Mint doesn't start delivering on the gold and silver Eagles. Because look at this. The month of June actually is the lightest month we have so far. It's just incredible. 7.25 here, 900, 900, 900, and at one point almost 6 here. Yeah, real light for June. Now, over here, we're going to stick with the United States Mint website. And we have today's release. That's June 26th. We got the American Innovation $1 coin, featuring the rolls and bags of Indiana. That's a race car coin. These are awesome. I love this. And then after that, we got the Lunger coin. Here we are, American Innovation. This is multi-mints, Denver and Philadelphia. The products here are, let me go ahead and say here, the 25 coin roll. You're looking at, I believe, 8,000. What's interesting about this is that the Denver product for this particular coin and all the American Innovation coins this year have 1,000 less on the rolls. And look at that, about 210 less or so for the bags, and with a household order limit of 10. Normally the Mint doesn't do the household order limit for the American Innovation coins, but they started doing it, I believe, for 2023. All right, so let's go ahead and select the product. That way we can get to the particulars of what's going on here. All right, so we just selected the Philadelphia roll. That's $34.50. This has not gone up in price. Neither did the Kennedy half dollars, nor did the Sacagawea dollars, the Native American dollars. So those stayed the same price. Those three particular products, when in a year where the United States Mint almost raised about 99% of their products, even the clad stuff, all right? Because we're looking at those 3-roll quarters for $60. All right, keep on keeping on. I'll go to the description here. United States Mint American Innovation $1 coin program is a multi-year series honoring innovations and innovators with $1 coins from each state. District of Columbia, Puerto Rico, Guam, American Samoa, U.S. Virgin Islands, and Northern Mariana Islands. The American Innovation $1 coins in the rolls and bags were minted at the Philadelphia and Denver mints. I'm not going to touch this with my, you know what happens. The Indiana coin is the third for 2023. The Indiana American Innovation $1 coin reverse. That's the tails. You're looking at it right there. It says features a series of vehicles that showcase Indiana innovations from yesterday and today. From top to bottom, the design includes an early-style gas automobile, a representation of classic car production, and a recent model of an Indy-style race car. Inscriptions are United States of America and Indiana. The obverse, that's the heads, and I'll go here, bam. That's the heads design, features a dramatic representation of the Statue of Liberty in profile with the inscriptions in God We Trust and $1. It also includes a privy mark of a stylized gear. You can see it just there underneath in God We Trust. Okay. Stylized gear representing industry and innovation, and they do change the look of that stylized gear and the teeth on it every single year. This American Innovation $1 coin roll, Indiana, contains 25 circulating quality coins minted at the Philadelphia Mint. The year minting, mint mark, and e pluribus unum are infused on the edge of the coin. You can see it there. Bam! And see how you can see there's on this one up top, it says e pluribus unum. That's a position A. Now, if those letters were upside down and we had the obverse there, that would be a position B. But that's a position A coin, and the opposite of that is position B. Now, please note the United States Mint coins are rolled by an automated machine process and not by hand. They cannot guarantee that the obverse or reverse of a coin will be either end of a roll. Why does that even matter? I don't know, but they put it up there. Now, here's the specs. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. All right, it's got the denomination, $1 coin. It's got the composition, that's 6% zinc, 3.5% manganese, 2% nickel, and the remaining balance is copper. So those are really copper rounds, let's face it, because you've got 2 plus that's 8, that's 11.5% right there, and the remaining is copper. It's 8.1 grams, it's 1 inch in diameter. It's got the lettered edge, it's got the mint mark of P, and the stylized gear right there. Very, very cool. Now, what's going on eBay? Well, not really a whole lot for these particular coins. I have under newly listed, and I have the 2023 American Innovation dollar featuring Indiana. These are on pre-order. Okay, that makes sense. But there's not a whole lot of them. Really, Look at that. That's kind of incredible. So it'd be about $70 for both of those with free shipping. And really, that's the only one for rolls and bags. It looks like everybody else is selling subscriptions to this one on pre-sale. So that's really interesting. Wow, that one sold 215 at that price. Incredible. Incredible. So no real rolls and bag sales, just not yet. But I imagine we would see them fairly soon. Fairly soon. Now, what's Indiana got all these race cars for? Let's check this out. Let me go back to the image here. All right, there it is. So you got the old school buggy there. It's not horse-drawn anymore. Then you got that really cool jalopy looking thing. It looks like an 18-cylinder car. That's incredible. Then you got this really awesome, just high compression race car there. Phoebe Hemphill and then RS. That's really cool. Very good stuff. Now I'm over here to Daily Reporter, and there's a article from July 19, 2016. That's just a couple days ago, I guess. Car companies thrived in 1900 Indiana. This is an awesome article. I will leave a link in the description for this article. It says here, by staff reports. I don't really have a person. Now, 2 decades after Elwood Haynes drove his newfangled horseless buggy down a Kokomo Street, cars had become all the rage in Indiana. From the beginning, Hoosiers loved cars. Historian James H. Madison writes in Hoosiers, A New History of Indiana. They love driving them, and they love making them. As of 1919, Indiana boasted 172 companies building cars or car parts in more than 30 cities and towns. That's a rich history in automobiles, and no doubt there's a reason why they chose Indiana for the car. Indiana boasted 100. They also, I think, have one of the oldest raceways in 1909. The Indiana state of Indiana, I'm going to start rapping here for Indiana, boasted 172 companies. The automotive belt included Kokomo, Marion, Anderson, Newcastle, Muncie, South Bend, Fort Wayne, Auburn, and Indianapolis. Hoosiers loved cars so much because the auto industry put a lot of food on the tables, notes Drew Van de Wiel, curator of collections at the Studebaker National Museum in South Bend. We actually had a Studebaker. It was a purple job. Really cool looking car. By 1925, the Indiana Highway Commission reported horse-drawn traffic has almost disappeared from our main highways. That was 1925. It's amazing. Now, whether for driving to work, church, or a Sunday spin in the country, the cars were so effectively marketed that consumers started buying them on installment plans, which they do to this very day. Now, several Hoosier models attracted a national following for their sleek lines, bright colors, and reliable engines. Among the more popular were the Auburn, Cole, Cord, Duesenberg. Remember those Duesenbergs? Marmon, and Stutz. In 1909, Indiana ranked second only to Henry Ford's Michigan in the number of cars produced. The most successful of the classic car makers was Studebaker Brothers, based in South Bend, Indiana, that's just outside Chicago, which had been making carriages and wagons since 1868. That's a little bit. In the mid-1880s, it was the world's largest maker of horse-drawn equipment, with annual sales topping $2 million. Good Lord, that's a lot of money. Now, when the car came along at the turn of the century, the brothers wisely changed course, producing their first electric car in 1902. Electric car came first, and then 2 years later, gas-powered vehicles. In 1910, the company acquired the second largest car maker in Detroit, and the following year reorganized as Studebaker Group. That's incredible. And I think the state of Michigan was just so rich fabulously rich from automobile wealth that there's a reason why Detroit has the, 2 teams named the Tigers and the Lions, Detroit Tigers and the Detroit Lions, because they were such a rich city that they had the most amazing zoo, and I think they had the first lions and the first tigers in captivity in zoos in the United States. I think that's why they were called the Lions. Anyway, moving on. The Great Depression and 2 world wars affected Studebaker sales and product lines, as they did all car makers, but the company weathered the storms and continued to produce popular models into the 1950s, including the 1947 Starlight Coupe and the 1950 Bullet Nose. In 1950, more than 343,000 cars and trucks rolled off its lines, generating $22.5 million profit. I think we had the Hawk. The Auburn Automobile Company achieved similar prestige after a rocky launch in 1903. When entrepreneur E.L. Cord took over operations, he revived the company, applying the philosophy novelty sells absolutely. He lowered prices, ordered eye-catching paint combinations, and added state-of-the-art 8-cylinder engines. That's amazing. 8 cylinders. Wow. In 1926, Cord acquired the failing Duesenberg Motor Company of Indianapolis, named for brothers Fred and August Duesenberg, German immigrants who had developed a reputation for engineering. Cord assigned Fred Duesenberg the job of designing a high-powered luxury car that would class, everything on the market. The Model J featured a 265 horsepower engine and reached speeds of 115 miles per hour. A changing labor market and mastery of mass production by the big three automakers, GM, Ford, and Chrysler, spelled the demise of the independent Hoosier-owned companies. Most went out of business during the Great Depression. Auburn ceased production in 1936. Studebaker hung on until 1966. Pickup sticks. There you go. That's pretty amazing. And there is a Studebaker National Museum at 201 South Chapin Street in South Bend, Indiana, and then Auburn Cord Duesenberg Automobile Museum at 1600 South Wayne Street in Auburn. There you go. Great stuff. Really good stuff. And that's why Indiana features these beautiful automobiles that you see here today. Now, over here to the plus ones, folks. This is Proverbs 24:25. Just keep adding up here. It says here the reprovers. That's people who, kind of address things to people who are maybe messing up, maybe not doing the things they should. The reprovers should be pleasant, and a good blessing will come upon them. It says here, when warning or advising somebody, the best approach is to begin with praise, and by not hurting their feelings. I can attest to this. I'm a little rough around the edges when I try and reprove somebody, and it doesn't work. Trust me, it does not work. Moving on. All right. And by not hurting their feelings, it helps influence them to come around and choose the righteous path. Amen to that. Now let's head over here to 395 99.9 KOIN Coin News Radio. This is from the Ultimate Bee Gees. You should be dancing. Absolutely. What a great way to start the Monday. Just you know what? After you have your coffee, just stand there, shake it, move it around. Yeah, have a good time this morning. All right. So I want to thank you all for coming. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, and if you do like what you see, please sub to the channel. It's free. Stacker up.